Ugh, I can't get this plate off this other plate, and I can't find a brick separator. We do have a 3D printer though. Let's put it to use.
Okay guys, we are on Thingiverse.com here. Now this is a great website if you're looking for drawings for really anything to 3D print or do stuff with. Now we are wanting to print a Lego brick separator, and I did do some research beforehand, and I do know that there is one on here. So we're going to go up here to search, type in Lego, then block separator there, and then it comes up right here. So it's by The New Hobbyist. So here's the file. You can see he has some pictures of the 3D printed ones he's done, some demonstrations there. And then we can go into Thing View, and we can spin it around and take a look at the CAD file. Then all we have to do is download this. Then it'll download it, and then we can choose the file. It looks like he has a different file type, an SKP. I'm not familiar with that type of file, but I am familiar with the STL. So click on that. Downloads it down here, and then we're just going to save that to our desktop and upload it to Cura. Okay guys, so here we are in Cura. This is the software splicer, they call it, for the Ultimaker 2. Now this program was made by Ultimaker, and you can use it for really any 3D printer you have. Now I'm just going to drag and drop in our brick separator file. There it is. As you can see, it loads up in there, and it gives us a real-time update. Now, here's the model. Now, one thing we do want to look at real quick is where is there overhangs. Now, by overhangs, if we look at a side view here, as you can see right here where my mouse is, it shows basically there's that overhang. And basically, if you think about it, a printer cannot print there unless there's support material to kind of hold it up. But since it's such a small angle, it's not going to matter. But I am going to turn support material over here to everywhere. That way, if the printer decides to do it, it will. But if it thinks that it doesn't need to and it's unnecessary, it won't. So it's really awesome that you can do that. But overall, there's no real reason to move it anywhere on the build platform. You can move it around here, as you can see. Then you can right-click, center on platform, and it centers it. Once again, it shows you the update in real time. We'll go over here. So we have the layer height in millimeters. We'll change that to 0.12. That's one of the standard Ultimaker settings. Then the shell thickness will be 1.5 millimeters. And that's basically, if I were to do this really pretty much hollow, that's how thick or thin the walls of the part would be. So like the top and the bottom and the sides. And then here we have the bottom to top thickness. I'm keeping that the same. Then we have the fill density, which, like I was saying, if you want it to be completely hollow, you could set that at 10%. We're doing it at 50%, so it'll do kind of a honeycomb pattern, and it saves material, makes the part lighter, and it's still just as strong. So definitely, and it cuts down the time a lot. So for example, right now it says we're at 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 17 grams of material. If I change that to 100, it'll update. It'll add almost an hour and 6 grams. So there's no reason not to go to this 50%. Once again, that's a pretty standard Ultimaker setting. Then the print speed, millimeters a second, we're going to stay at 50. That's the default for the Ultimaker, and it gives a pretty nice surface finish. So that's pretty much it. Then all we're going to do is go up here to File, Save G-Code, put that on our SD card, and load that in the Ultimaker. So let's go do that.
Alright, so now we are done 3D printing the Lego brick separator off the Ultimaker V2. Now, here is the final product. Now, this did not come straight off the printer. I did do a few modifications to it. Basically, in the top right hand corner here when it was printing, it kind of lifted itself up there, so I had to trim that, or more or less file that off. And then the holes for the studs of the brick were a little too small and they wouldn't fit over brick, so I had to drill those out a little bit. But now it does fit over a brick very nicely. Okay, so here we have some little 1x2 tiles there, and we have our 3D printed brick separator. Before I show you a demonstration of how it works, here is the Lego brick separator here, and it is really well modeled. You don't have this ribbing here, but since I was printing at a 0.12 layer height, you do have this texture to it. Give you kind of a close-up of that. As you can see, resembles it very well. The back isn't as smooth, but it works. So this was 50% solid, so there was a kind of a honeycomb pattern inside. And so here we have some 1x2 tiles on a 2x4 brick. It's a very classic scenario if you need a brick separator. So we're just going to take the brick separator here. It goes on pretty snug because I wanted it to. And then, boom. Then we can flick them off. Go back in for another one. And it works just like the Lego one. Now, I think that's pretty cool. I saw this on Thingiverse. I'll put a link in the description below for the download if you guys want to, because I did not make this CAD file. But I will put that in the link in the description. And make sure you guys like and comment the video, because this did take some time, effort, and some money and materials to print this. As you can see here, I have two bad ones or defects. This one I printed, this was the second trial, and as you can see here, it's not straight, and pretty much it basically lifted up during printing, but all the top and all the sides are pretty good except for the bottom couple layers. And then here it was going fine. This is the first time everything was going good, and I came back upstairs, looked at the printing, this whole thing was moving. So I even did a time lapse of this one, and I deleted all the clips, but in literally 5 seconds it shifted. So all this, it moved this like that and kept printing thinking it was still there. So you got all this wasted material that I can't use, so I'm just gonna have to throw it away. So please comment, rate, and subscribe so you can help me pay back this material. There's also a donation button in the description below. But once again, thank you guys for watching how to 3D print a Lego brick separator. Once again, the file will be in the description below on a Thingiverse link, and please let me know what things you want me to 3D print, Lego related or non-Lego related. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.